Pause. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy, and I am super excited to be here with you guys today. So today's going to be an interesting talk. I hope that you guys have your glass of wine, and let's jump right into it, right? So I'm talking about the road to success. For those of you guys who saw the live, I did a very quick live on Instagram earlier today for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it was just me kind of venting a little bit, and it just kind of changed the trajectory of today's topic. I initially was going to talk about something else, but I decided to talk about my journey and the road to success and some things that you guys need to know as you are building your business. So for all of my YouTube people and Facebook people that did not see the Instagram live, I talked earlier today just about the fact that the road to success has no shortcuts. I found out, long story very short, that, there are people out there trying to buy manuals and different things, buy my material. And there are other people out there, buying machines, and then they're going into Facebook groups trying to learn how to do things instead of taking classes, just basic shortcuts. And I was in a group actually this week on Facebook because I do go into body contouring groups just because I want to understand what are the questions people are asking, what is some of the material that's not being taught, what are some of the things that you guys need. Well, there was a lady that was in one of these groups, and she just went off and she was like, hey, listen, this group is supposed to be for people to help people's marketing tips and strengthen them as professionals, not to certify you in how to do body contouring, because I spent a lot of money, taking classes. And when I found out about the lady, a couple of people, let me say it's not just one lady, but the people who have been trying to buy my books and do different things, I'm like, to me, that's shady. There are no shortcuts to success. I have been in this industry for 11 years. When I started doing body sculpting, people didn't even know what the hell that was. They were like, what do you mean you're going to do this liposuction, but it's not, not with a regular doctor or machine? I started off 11 years ago. I made a lot of mistakes. Everything that I teach my students are things that I learned the hard way. If I always say, I say it in class, if I tell you not to do it, it's because somebody else did it. So the topic for today that I want to talk about, and this is a free for all, y'all. I'm going to just talk. Y'all ask me as many questions as you have on this. Please do, because as y'all are here, I'm going to answer the questions. But the one thing I always say online, I will continue to say it, I will not certify you on how to do this stuff via YouTube, okay? So don't sit here and ask me, how long do I do this and why do I do this and what order do I? I'm not fixing to teach you exactly how to do laser lipo, but I will give you everything I have when it comes to how to build a business, the wrong things to do, when not to do body sculpting. I will give you all of that and more, okay? So as I'm talking, you guys, ask the questions. I will answer as many as I can within reason, okay? But so the issue, like I said, hey, thank you guys for joining. I see a lot of people joining in. But the issue, like I said, that came up today, it just really bothered me because I'm like, I worked for years to gain the material that I'm putting in the books that you guys are buying for hundreds and thousands of dollars. So for somebody else to try to come in and say, oh, yeah, let's swap books, or I'm going to give you this, or I'm going to give you that. No, don't do that. I will also tell you, in this industry, it has gotten to the place where it has become so convoluted, and I'm specifically talking about body sculpting, that at least 2 instructors that I know of that started off with really great manuals and really great curriculums have stopped giving people books. They have literally stopped giving students books because students go out there, they take the information, they record your classes, they take your books, and then they want to become instructors and steal your information. Why do people do that? Everything that I'm teaching you, I have learned over years of hard work. Mistakes that I've made. That's what training is for. Why would you go out there and try to buy somebody's book and steal their information instead of just taking their class. That's not right. So today's topic, I literally just want to talk about the fact that the road to success has no shortcuts. If you want to be successful in any industry, you have got to work for it. You have to work for it. There's no, cheat code. Let me do this. Let me do that. If I decided, I want to be a doctor, but you know what? I don't really want to take 10 years of class. Let me go read a manual and just start cutting on people. I wouldn't be able to do that. It takes hard work. So I just have a couple of tips. I think I put down 6 of them. I have 6 tips that I'm going to give you guys tonight that I want to go over, but feel free, like I said, to ask me questions. I will answer them as well. The first thing, for every bad thing, when you are first starting off in business, you will make mistakes. Please understand, I could teach you today, do ABC, but when you go out there, you're going to make mistakes. I always tell my students, do it scared. If you are so afraid to get out there and do something, you'll never get, if you just let fear overcome you, you'll never get anywhere. Be afraid, but still do it. But for every bad thing that happens, 2 good things will happen to you. If you consistently go out there and try, every mistake you make, you should learn from. For every one person that's like, she did ABC, there's 10 other people out there that say, you know what, she made this mistake, but she really, really tried. Or he did this, but you know what? It was a mistake, but he really tried. He did the best on the back end that he could do. And I always say this, when you're in business, you cannot be afraid to make mistakes. Freaking Amazon, I ordered something 2 weeks ago and that didn't come in my mail. Something else came in the mail. I called them and I said, hey, this is the wrong thing. They made it right. But someone wants to always give you a bad review because of a small mistake. Hey, you called me, a mistake was made. I instantly tried to fix it. Why would you, give bad reviews or jump on me? I'm doing everything I can. You cannot be afraid of making mistakes or bad reviews, or you will never go anywhere. Do it afraid, make some mistakes, and you'll get better for those mistakes. All right, so that's first. The second thing is save to build and invest in your future. Stop always trying to get everything for free. Okay? You have to pay for some things. If you want your business, why do you think that McDonald's and Coca-Cola, let's talk about, why does McDonald's and Coca-Cola still do commercials? Everybody knows the McDonald's name, right? Everybody knows the Coca-Cola name, but they still do commercials, right? Because they're investing in their business. If you want to get somewhere, you actually need to pay for some knowledge. Stop thinking that you can go out here and buy a $200 machine and then all of a sudden you're going to be a millionaire. That's not how things work. There's a whole bunch of steps in between there. Yes, you can look at me now and say, oh, this is great and that's great, but I worked for those things. I started off with a $200 machine. I do A, B, and C. I learned this and that. I perfect the craft. Now I got an $800 machine. Okay, let me see what this one does. Now, you build. That's what we do. I feel like in today's, kind of instant marketplace, or in the instant Instagram social media world, people expect that everything is going to happen overnight, but that is not reality. It takes time. It takes years to really perfect your craft and really make things happen for yourself. So invest in yourself, invest your time, invest your energy, put together a marketing budget, and get properly trained. Okay? That's really important. The next thing that I had on there is YouTube. Y'all, YouTube can get it wrong. And literally, I'm talking to my YouTube followers now. You cannot learn everything you need to learn in business, in body sculpting, in esthetician world, in beauty. You can't learn everything from YouTube. Anybody can post on YouTube. Anybody can post on social media. Why are y'all out here getting training from people that have done this service for 3 months? I may be able to set a machine and move the wand. That does not mean I can teach you exactly what to do, why you do it, how you do it, and what's happening to the body. Those are very different things. You cannot just count on YouTube, because guess what? YouTube gets it wrong. Anybody can post on YouTube. So that means 5 people can post 5 different ways to do things. Okay? So just know and understand that YouTube can get things wrong as well. You need to ask questions. Ask questions before you take classes. Ask questions to the people on YouTube. Ask questions all over the place so that you gain more knowledge. And I even tell my students, don't just come to this class, learn more. I've had students that go out there and they're like, hey, I went to Columbia, like I took your class and then I went to Columbia to learn this new technique or to learn this other technique or to learn a different way to do A, B, and C. Yes, girl, that's what you're supposed to do. I still take classes. My staff, I pay for my staff to have an education budget so that they can go out and learn different things in different industries to become better people. My facial specialist, maybe you want to learn the Gayu, whatever technique, you should still be learning more. Like that's how you get better at what you do. I do see some questions coming up and I promise I will answer them as soon as I get through these tips, all right? Following trends. Follow trends, but learn first and research first, okay? So the reason I say follow trends, if everybody that comes to you as a client that's getting cavitation is also asking you, hey, do you do that wood therapy thing? Or hey, do you do that fascia thing? Or hey, what is this? If all of your clients are asking you for that, they're telling you what they want. Or they're telling you what you should probably add to your menu next. Listen to your clients and look at the trends. But do your research and understand what some of these things are. I am not going to add butt cupping to my services, y'all. I don't teach it. I don't do it. I have a whole video on YouTube where I talk about the difference between the butt cups and the EMS therapy. I don't do it because I've done my research. I know what works for me, what works for my clients, and what works for permanent results, so I don't do it. So don't always just follow a trend, the virtual learning trend. That was big for us, especially during COVID, right? When you couldn't have full classes, people were like, oh, well, are you going to teach this virtual? If you're learning to do laser liposuction, I feel like you need to work with a model. You need to have hands on. I need to grab your hand. Some of my students almost burn the clients. Let me grab your hand. We grab hands around here. So I feel like other classes, they do whatever they want to do. Me, I have a hands-on training program. So don't just always blindly follow trends. Research and understand what is moving forward. What are your clients asking for? Is this something that's actually going to work for your clients? I don't do vampire facials. That's something that people ask about all the time. I'm not, I have a bloodborne pathogen certification, but I also don't want to work with biohazards. So I'm not going to add that trend. So follow some trends, but also do your research before you blindly jump out there and just start doing stuff. Okay? Find balance your way. I have 2 more for you. Find balance your way. Don't go out there and just do what everybody else is doing because you feel like that's what you need to do. Follow your instincts. If certain things say, listen, this doesn't make sense to me. I have people on Instagram all the time DM us and say, hey, I'm not one of your students. I don't know you, but I saw this online. I didn't feel like it was right. Or this happened to me in a session. I didn't feel like it was right. Can you tell me if this is right or wrong? And typically we'll answer those questions. So find balance for you. What does success mean to you? Does success meaning I can do this full time and I can go out there and still have the weekends with my kids? Does success mean, hey, I can have this booming, 6-figure business and then I can also have my full-time business? The way success works for you doesn't always work for me. And let me tell you something else. I worked for 4 years, Now, I worked in corporate a long time, but I worked for 4 years in corporate America while I was building this business, and most people did not know it. I went and worked a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays and Sundays I taught classes, and nobody knew it, because that was what worked for me and mine and for my household. What works for you does not have to work for somebody else. Stop always looking at what other people are doing and look at what really works for you. The last thing that I wanted to go over, and this is along with that balance part as well, be honest and be genuine. Stop lying to your clients. Make sure that you are honest with them about what their results should be. Give them realistic expectations. Don't have your clients out here thinking, oh girl, my butt's gonna grow 6 inches my first session. I'm gonna lose 5 inches off my midsection. I'm gonna do this and that. Girl, you pay me $2,000 and you gonna go down 2 pant sizes. I mean, you know what? I had someone ask me, and this is real life. I had someone ask me, can you melt the fat in the stomach and then move it to the butt with the cups? You mean do a BBL? Do a surgical BBL? No, I can't do a surgical BBL for you because that's surgical. You know, stop lying to your clients, but also your Instagram persona. Be honest and be genuine with who you are. Like today, I've had a shitty day, so I'm telling y'all all about it, and I'm just letting it all out there. But be honest with who you are. When you have a good day, say you had a good day. When you have a bad day, say you have a bad day. Everything about entrepreneurship is not just always going to be glitz and glamour. You know, be honest with your clients. If you're out here trying to create a fake persona, it will catch up with you one day. I actually, like, an influencer that I know very, very well does all of these beautiful photos, and one day she was at the gym and somebody stopped her and was like, I saw your photo that you posted today and you don't look like that. People will call you on it because they expect that. I actually saw a picture of, I believe her name is Ari Foster, and people were like, oh, her cellulite, her this, her that, and they were tearing her apart. And my husband sent it to me, and I was like, oh, well, she's beautiful. Why would they do that? He was like, I don't understand why they're tearing her down. It's because when you go to her Instagram and you see her beautiful Savage Fenty, you don't see any cellulite, right? Because everything is Photoshopped. Just be who you are. If you're a heavy-set person in body sculpting and you're like, look, I'm doing this because I'm on my weight loss journey, I'm doing services on myself, and I want to help other people, then people like that will gravitate towards you. Be honest in who you are, and others will follow. They'll be passionate about what you do. But if you're trying to create a whole persona and it's not you, it will catch up with you because people will see through the cracks. They always do. They will see through the lie. Like, wait a minute, she said she was driving a Rover and now I see her today she's in a Honda. Why lie about the car that you're in? There's no reason to lie about those things. Be genuine, be who you are, day in and day out, and people are either going to love you or they're going to hate you. And if they hate you, that's not the person for you anyway. That's not the client for you. That's not the customer for you. But if you're spending all your time trying to create a persona that you're not, you're going to exhaust yourself at the end of the day and make no money doing it. All right? So those are my tips. I hope that those implanted something into you. I've got a couple of questions and comments, and I do not have my glasses, y'all, so don't make fun of me, but I got to come really close to these cameras. Hold on. This is also the time, if you guys have questions, please send them to me. How do I gain clients? I feel like I'm at a standstill because people can't afford me or want to trade. All right, so let's talk about that, Miss Lakota. All right, how do I gain clients? One of the things I would say, if people feel like they can't afford you, do not drop your price, but do an introductory rate. You know, I always say, look at Massage Heights Massage Envy, right? It's $80 for a massage, but an intro rate is $50. So I wouldn't say just drop all your prices. Now, of course, you should do research on what the price is in your area. If everybody's charging $100 and you're $300, okay, you might be out of the price range. I wouldn't say just automatically drop the price, but I would say do a little bit of research in your area. That's first. And secondly, I would say offer an intro rate. Okay, yes, you pay this rate the first time, but you either gonna buy a package, buy a membership, or the next time you paying my full price. Start off that way. So start off with specials like that. And then also, it's not always about price, it's about value. You need to show your clients why you cost more and what the difference is. So if you can differentiate yourself and say, hey, look, yes, I'm 200 when she's 100, but I use this type of machine. I'm going to give you better results at this point. I've been trained and she hasn't been. You know, if you show the differentiation in value of what you're bringing versus price, that will help clients as well. A lot of times people don't want to spend a certain amount of money if they don't know what the hell they are buying. If it's like, I don't know what I'm buying, I don't want to spend $200 on, I don't even know what the hell this is. So take more time to explain what you're doing, maybe more content that explains what you're doing, more content that explains your differentiation. Why do you charge what you charge? Why are you better than the girl down the street? Okay, and then intro rates. That's gonna be my quick assessment. But for more marketing, you know, we can have a conversation later. But do not get discouraged. I always tell you guys, don't be the Walmart, don't be the cheapest. But you also, if you're charging a higher price, need to show your clients why you're charging a higher price and why you're deserving of that larger amount. Okay. Next question on here says, what should I request you? Hold on. Where should I request you to be a part of the alumni page? Well, then you would just go into you would friend me on Facebook if you're a past student, and then we'll put you into the alumni page. So if you're a past student, you friend me, and then you can DM me or whatever, or private message me and say, hey, I friended you, please put me in the alumni, because sometimes I get so many friend requests that I don't always know that it's students. I try to make sure I stay on that. But yes, friend me on the page, and then we'll put you in the alumni group. Okay, next question that we got here, guys. It says, how much is the EMS machine? I have stopped using the vacuum. Okay, so we have two different prices for the EMS machine. If you are a student, it's one price, and if you just purchase it online, it's a different price. So really quickly, just because you asked, I'm gonna give you guys the retail price, and then if you're a student, then DM me and I'll give you what the student price is. But if you go to the CameliaAlise.com website and go to products, beauty equipment, and go down to the butt machine, it is $425. So the machine is, so we have two different machines. We have the High EMT Pro, which is we call that the Bentley. That machine is over $3,500. That's why we call it the Bentley. But our regular machine, which is our most popular machine, that's our starter machine, is $425 online, but it is cheaper for students. All right? Okay, so I have one more question on here. Y'all keep coming with the questions. So one that says, do you have any courses available of the states? Available outside of the states. Oh, outside of the states. Yes, we do have a specific course for international students. So if you are an international student, then you need to send us a private message or a DM, and we will send you the international student course, because of course, when you're out of the States, it's a little bit different. All right. Another question. Oh, I love that y'all ask me questions. Okay, what is an EMS machine? That's an electronic muscle stimulation machine. That is our alternative to the butt cups machine. It's a machine that directly builds the butt muscle to give permanent volume. Okay, so the butt cups are more of a, temporary swelling, whereas this machine is actually building up the butt muscles. Your butt is a muscle. Okay. All right, so next question. Pricing for the tools used in the electrotherapy. It seems too good to be true. I'm so excited about the summit. Oh, well, thank you for coming to the summit. Let me answer that really quickly, though. We will give you guys vendors list, but the ELT machines, they are $3,500 plus. Let me tell y'all, when I do that treatment, it's like I had a deep tissue massage. I feel it in my entire body, like your body is releasing toxins. It is not that the machine is too good to be true, but it's not a cheap machine. I do not sell that machine. Those machines are very sensitive, high-priced machines. So they do range around $3,000 plus. Now we're going to show you how to use them, but the investment in actually buying the machine, that's going to be, something separate. So we're going to show you how to use it, certify you in using it. But when it comes to purchasing the machine, you guys will, have to buy those on your own, but we will give you a full vendors list during the summit for that class. All right, couple more questions. Someone said, do you recommend any courses or books for general entrepreneurship? Absolutely. I do not have my book in front of me, but I literally just wrote a book last year, Building Your Beauty Empire. It's not just for beauty. I talk in there about how to build a business plan. If you have a service versus a product, I give you grant information. There's a lot of information in that book that is for general entrepreneurship. And then also the other book, I've talked about it on some previous lives, is going to be Profit First, because we always think, hey, the more money I make, the more profit I make. But if you don't do your accounting right, that's not true. You'll be losing money all over the place. Y'all keep coming with the questions, but I'm going to keep reading. I'm going back and forth. Okay, someone else said, if I do EMS, try the law enforcement, have a great success with them. If you do EMS, try the law enforcement. I don't know what that means, but hey, I'm going to keep going anyway. All right, someone says, I have a ticket to the summit. How do I sign up for the breakout courses? Okay, if you bought a summit ticket, then you got an email that says how to book the hotel. It tells you how to vote on the Spa Spotlight Awards, and it gives you a link to all of the certification courses. So you just look at that email and it will give you everything. Okay, someone else says, when working in corporate America and transitioning to the spa full time, how do you know when it's safe to leave the corporate job and go full time to the spa? That is a great question. And I do talk about that in my book, actually. It's a very, very personal decision. For me, I set a goal. I'm big on mindset and goals. And I said that if I get to a place where my business is bringing in at least 60%. So let's say I have made $100,000. I'm an engineer, so I was making more than that. But let's say I make $100,000. If my business is generating $60,000 regularly, then I'm ready to go. Everybody has to take time, or has to take the time out to figure out what that goal is for themselves. Everybody is different. Some people are married and they're like, okay, if you're making $10,000 a month and your husband's going to support the rest, then hey, you're ready to go. Hold on. Maybe you are on your own and you're like, hey, I can't go from $100,000 to $60,000. So it's a very, very personal decision. But for me, I would say when my business was regularly making money, I knew I could cover all of my utilities and my overhead. And it wasn't just the money for me. Let me say this. When I was at a place where all of my time and attention was going to my business, to the point where I wasn't even spending time on my work stuff. I'm half doing work stuff. I was like, okay, my heart is not here anymore. At this point, I'm just collecting a paycheck. It's time for me to go. So that's a very personal decision, but I looked at it as 60% of my income. And when my heart and my money and my efforts, my time, everything was going towards my business, it was time for me to go. All right, let me keep going, y'all. Y'all just hit me with all the questions. How do you shift the certified courses versus the wannabe courses? LOL. How do I sift out the certified courses versus the wannabe courses? Well, first of all, we are a certified vocational school in the state of Texas. Ask those businesses if they're certified in the state. That's first of all. That's an easy way to ask. But secondly, you want to ask them, am I going to be performing the service on the model, or am I going to be watching you do it? How long is my course going to be? I've had a lot of people come in for refreshers that had a 1.5 hour class. I can't even teach y'all theory in an hour and a half for one subject, let alone multiple subjects. Ask them how long they've been doing it. Would you mind sharing your certification with me, or telling me what school you got certified at? Or how long have you been doing this? What type of machine? I have people ask me all the time about 80K versus 40K versus what type of machines do you guys use? Just ask some basic questions to understand if they have knowledge. Can you get the person on the telephone, y'all? I have had so many people that are like calling us just to make sure we're real, and then they enroll because they're calling other schools and nobody is answering the phone. Do they answer the phones? Do they answer the emails? Do they have a Google rating? Do they even have a Google business profile? Hello, those are basic things that every business should have. And if I'm spending thousands, I'm going to invest $2,500 in a business that doesn't even have a Google profile and they don't even answer the phones when I'm trying to ask questions. If I can't get you to ask questions when I'm trying to enroll in a class, are you going to ask questions when I'm finished and I still have questions after? Those are the kind of things y'all need to be looking for. Okay, another question. What are the differences on the cavitation machines? That's something I'm not going to go over right now, but it does make a difference. A 30K versus a 40K versus an 80K does make a difference. And I go over that in class. I know I skipped a couple questions. I'll go back up. But would you recommend bringing on an employee to maintain your business while you continue to work your corporate job? Oh, girl, that's a whole nother live for me to go over with y'all. I would have one or two people. I would have an employee in when I have enough clientele that I can't handle on my own while working a 9 to 5. But in the very beginning, I worked my 9 to 5, and then I had my clients from, let's say, 5 to 8. You know, like I took care of that on my own in the beginning. And then when I was able to build and really move forward to pay somebody else, I had somebody that was working while I was doing my corporate job. I don't really recommend it as much. If you have employees, it's better to be able to be there to train them, to make sure that they are giving the same quality of work and service that you are giving. So I'm not really just a big proponent of hiring somebody while you're still working a corporate job. Because I made that mistake and I had issues along with that. The customer service wasn't as good, or the clients would be like, well, we want you, not her, or she's not giving as good of a quality work. So yeah, like that's one of those things I would be very careful with. Okay. Someone else says, I can't wait to see you all, you at the summit. I'm excited to see so many of you guys. I really, really am. All right, y'all. I'm going to take just maybe 2 or 3 more questions. I think that I skipped a couple on IG. I got all of y'all going live at the same time asking questions. So let's see. Someone says, will there be a lymphatic electrotherapy machine will there be a machine at the summit? Absolutely. Let me just say this. Every class that I do, I provide everything that you need to train. Everything. You don't have to bring a pen. You don't have to bring a notebook. You don't have to bring anything. I take care of all of it. You don't have to bring a model. We take care of all of that for you. All you have to do is bring yourself. Now, are you asking me, will there be a lymphatic electro machine for sale at the summit? Absolutely not. The other machines will be for sale because the spa is right here, but I am not going to have those machines. I'm going to provide you with the vendor so that you can order your own machines. We will have the machine there so you guys can use it. Like, you'll be using the machines as part of your training. I can't train you and certify you if you've never even touched the machine. That don't even make any damn sense. How am I going to say you know what you're doing if you haven't even touched the electro machine? So I will make sure that we provide a machine there for you to practice on, the exact methods. Everybody who takes that class will learn exactly what to do, how to perform the service, just like cavitation. But the machines that are actually like for sale, we won't have an electro machine for sale. Okay, Miss Angelica said, I appreciate your honesty and your drive. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm nothing if I'm not honest, y'all. Even when I have shitty days. Let me just say, y'all have made my day a little bit better because it's been a hard one. But I love what I do, and I will continue to answer questions for you guys every week. That's why I'm here. I keep saying it, but I truly mean it, and I hope that some of you guys get it. And even if you look at my Google reviews, like the ladies there will tell you that. I want you to win. I want you to win every day of my life. oh, y'all gonna make me cry. But every day of my life, I am so blessed to see that what I envisioned has just taken on a life of its own, and it has truly exploded. I have had students that came to me and they're like, Lindsay, like my business is doing so well now. I've had employees that have come to me and then they left and did great things. I had somebody that I used to work for that has watched me do great things. So I had somebody that imparted in me and wanted me to win, and I just want to do the same thing for y'all. That is why I'm here. That's why it hurts me so bad when people try to steal from me or try to do, like, why? Why are you stealing from me? Because really, you're just stealing from 3 other people. At my summit, I'm literally giving away machines. We're giving away cash for startup businesses. I'm all about building other people, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm literally giving y'all money to start your business. You are investing a $50 ticket, and you can walk away with thousands of dollars of equipment. Why are you stealing from me? I'm giving. So why steal? That's why it hurts me so bad, and that's why my day has been so bad. I don't like stuff like that. There are no shortcuts. That's how I started this video, and that's how I'm going to end it, to let you guys know that at the end of the day, when you are building your business, there are no shortcuts. What did I read a story a long time ago about a butterfly, and it says, as a butterfly is coming out of its cocoon, a person cut the cocoon to try to help them out, and that butterfly became paralyzed because they actually need the process to squeeze them as they're coming out of the cocoon to move the fluid. And so because that person cut it and tried to give them a shortcut, it actually hurt the butterfly for the rest of their life. That's what this is all about. I have made mistakes, and I'm going to teach you all of the things that I've done wrong, or tell you what not to do so that you don't make the same mistakes as me. But there are no shortcuts. You got to scrape your knee. You got to make a mistake. You have to be out there and do something wrong to learn from that in order to strengthen yourself to be the true business owner that you need to be. To be a millionaire, you got to make a lot of damn mistakes. Look at Elon Musk. That guy freaking bankrupt himself millions and billions of dollars, but everybody's driving Teslas now. You have to make mistakes in order to truly get out there and do something worth doing and worth building a legacy for. So the shortcut thing, it doesn't work for me. And y'all will see me. There's only 2 topics, typically. There's only 2 topics out there that I typically just go off and get pissed off about. One is sanitation and safety, because if y'all are out here doing dangerous stuff and making people sick and, post-op care without hair nets and crap like that, I will call you on that. And the second thing is that cheating, lying, trying to take shortcuts. I don't go for stuff like that. You know how hard it's been over the last 11 years? Like I said, 10 years ago, people didn't know what this was. I had to scratch and scrape and learn and do everything I could so that I could give you what I have now. So to steal that information, that shit is not going to work. I will sick lawyers on you. All right, last thing, and then I'm going to go. It says, do you recommend or sell compression garments for your clients? Absolutely, we recommend them. I don't sell them, but my students who are in my class, they take the class and they get into the alumni group, and the alumni group is where we share all of those vendors. So, all right, guys, I thank you guys so much for joining me today. I absolutely loved having you guys. I loved all the questions that you guys gave me. I am definitely excited to see you guys at the summit. Like I said, it is a sold out event, and I am excited for you guys to come tour the spa, enjoy the hotel. Like, I went and did the final walkthrough today, so we are going to have a really good time. And for those of you guys who are not at the summit, it does not matter. We will have another one, but even if not, y'all come to the spa, come enjoy things. We will take care of you as well. After the summit, someone says, why are they stealing from you? Let's pull up. Girl, yeah, if you look at my little live that I did about 2 hours before this live, you'll see a little bit about it, but it's crazy. So, all right, you guys are great. I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much. And let me just say that y'all are incredible. I had a crappy day. Y'all just made my night amazing. You really and truly just did. So, Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Next week we're in Orlando, by the way. For those of you guys who are watching us that are from Florida, we are in Orlando next week teaching a class in Florida. You know, we still have, I think, maybe 2 spots left in that class, but if you're interested, you know, just DM us. If not, we just gonna be enjoying some Florida sun. So you guys will see my live next week from Orlando. I will see y'all next week and talk to you soon. If y'all have more questions, feel free to DM us, because we will definitely answer your questions live like we did today. We'll just keep the knowledge going, keep everything moving. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Let me get, y'all know that I'm far away from the camera sometimes. All right, to all my Facebook and YouTubers, I will see y'all next week. Bye.